Hello, everyone. It's Anil with AnilNow.com and the live podcast mentorship show. As I'm getting ready to launch the show, one thing I want to do is I want to be operating in the now. I love taking action in the now rather than waiting for tomorrow because I see so many people waiting and procrastinating and making stories and excuses why they're not getting done what they have to get done. And the clock is ticking. And every day that goes by, and the longer we take to get done what we have to get done, we don't get that time back. So I wanted to get into action to start teaching all of you and helping you interrupt some of your bad habits around time and following through on your word and your commitment to yourself and also to others to do what you say you're going to do. Because at the end of the day, all you have is your word. That's all you have. It's your word. Nothing else matters. No one cares what money you have in your bank account, what vehicle you're driving, what clothes you're wearing, none of that. Where you live. They don't care what your zip code or postal code is. All they care about is when they think of you, you're someone that they know keeps their word and you live in integrity and you are above reproach. What does above reproach means? When people think of you, very seldom does anything bad come up in their heart. They have very little negative things to say about you. So let's get you into that mode. Let's get you into that track as you build your business so that you build a business with a great reputation. You protect your name. You don't ruin it over money. You know, a lot of people I see fall into that trap. And so let's get you in the right mindset with your business, with your lifestyle as you do what you're doing. And I want to address some of the questions and comments that have been coming in through the website, through anilnow.com. Keep them coming. We've been gathering that content and data because we're going to run blogs. We're going to market this on social media, online marketing. I'm going to have a chance to speak on stage and publicly because company owners have been reaching out to me already saying, Anil, when you launch your show, are you open to speaking on behalf of my company and helping my members? I'm like, absolutely. This is a dream of mine and a passion of mine, serving people, because I want with this show to pour my heart out. I want to give back to everyone, especially now more than ever in time and history with what people have been dealing with. So let's get started. And until we launch the show, I'm going to be doing this probably once a week. So stay tuned. Please watch the videos, comment, private message me. Let me know how this is assisting you in your business so you can also be in the now, taking action in your life and business. So let's get started. And again, thank you, all of you, for your comments. All of you who have been reaching out to me to see how am I doing. And we've had some great conversations about this platform and how it's going to be able to serve people. Because again, this is not about me. This is more about me giving back with over 20 years in the field to help you wherever you are in your journey with your life and business. So let's get started. Hello, Anil. What you are doing is really good, really, really good. I am new to the industry of network marketing, and I got involved through my brother who lives in England. I live in California. My brother got started with our company in May of 2020, just around the time COVID-19 hit, and quite frankly, hasn't done much with the business. Also, our company does not have a mentorship platform or courses to help me working from home to be successful. When COVID-19 hit, within 3 months, my company downsized and I got sent home. I have been getting CERB, thank you to the Canadian government, or thank you to the US government, for their version of your Canadian CERB. And I have a wife and newborn, so it's not enough coming in. I thought joining network marketing would help me earn more and to replace my job income. I am feeling stressed, frustrated, and alone in all of this. Dennis P. So Dennis, thanks for your question or your comments. And I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing, because that's when your breakthroughs are going to come. Your breakthroughs don't come when you're being tough and you have it figured out and you know it all. And when people look on your social media, they see everything is great and life is hunky-dory. No, vulnerability is such a powerful place to be for you to have access to what you have to access in order to move forward. And I've found in the industry the people that have access or allow themselves to have access to more, their lives flourish, their business flourish. So I really commend you for your vulnerability and being open in your comments. And yes, we do have what you said here in Canada, we do have government assistance, just like you've been receiving in the US. However, I like how you said that you don't want to rely on that. And that is really a good attitude, because I'm not sure what you earned at your job. However, you need to now replace that income, double it, triple it. And you reaching out to me is phenomenal. So what I'm going to do on my podcast show is I'm going to discuss how you can run your business effectively from home. And what's really cool is, here's one thing I want you to understand, and your other people to understand watching this, okay? Do not fall into the trap of relying on government assistance. Like here in Canada, we have CERB and EI and welfare and a whole bunch of other things. Do not fall into the trap of relying on that, because what it does, it shrinks your ability to participate in your own rescue. It shrinks your ability to take responsibility for your life, because it's a safety net. And be very, very careful. I would rather be thrown in the deep end of the pool and I'm forced to learn to swim than be in comfort, because your comforts can also be dangerous. So, Dennis, I like your attitude here. But even though my brother joined this company a year ago, I'm not waiting on that to be successful. I'm going to take action and go find the mentorship, go find the help to make my business work. So keep plugging into the show. I'm going to be dealing with how you can run your business effectively from home and not have to rely on certain things that society and the system provides, where you can actually create whatever you want from nothing, running an effective home-based business in your network marketing opportunity. And I am in an opportunity as well with a phenomenal Toronto company here in Canada. And even I, on a daily basis, I watch my actions and activities, so I make sure that I'm running my business. So thanks for your comment, Dennis. Anil, how do I balance running my MLM business and family and health? And this is from Mary G. Well, Mary, balance is an interesting word. I personally believe from experience, you have to be out of balance before you can have balance. Sometimes there has to be chaos before there is order. So don't be alarmed if your life is in a little bit of a disarray or topsy-turvy working from home, especially if you came from the job market, or you had a job, or you do have a job, because it's two different worlds, okay? And it's very difficult when you have job conditioning and training to run sometimes an effective home business, because it's not the same conversation. You will have to learn how to become, like, say, the CEO of your company or the owner of your company, because they have a different mentality when they show up for work. It's not really they're coming to a job. They're the owner. They're responsible for employees. They're responsible for a lot of things that you don't even see going on in the background, and they sometimes their lives in a little bit out of control in order for them in time to have that balance that you brought up. And one thing I want to share with everyone based on Mary's question here: when you're running your business, trust me, you're not going to have everybody be your fan and support you. Sometimes the people closest to you are not going to support you. My career in the industry, I have had very little to no support from my immediate family. Sometimes someone I was dating or was in a serious relationship with, that didn't work out because the dynamics didn't work out. Because you have to remember, you're doing your business for you. And what is the definition of an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is someone who's 100% responsible for the success or failure of whatever they're doing. You are responsible. You are responsible. Not your spouse, not your significant other, not your children, not your mom, not your dad. You are. So the minute we start taking responsibility and 100% ownership for our behavior, our thinking, our attitude, our daily activities, things start transforming and shifting around us. So be very careful blaming. Be very careful pointing the finger that, oh, I don't have support. You have lots of support. I'm supporting you right now. There are lots of information on social media and Google and YouTube that can help you run your business effectively. So be very careful, everyone, how you feel, how you think, how you look at things. Because if you really believe you're an entrepreneur is responsible 100% for the success and failure of their business, their life, their health. The buck stops with you. You are responsible. So one thing I'm going to do with my show is I'm going to help people get realigned and back on track with their responsibility, if that's something you're open to and ready to take on. Okay, so I hope that helps you, Mary. We're going to be discussing that. Anil, I love what you're doing. I have not found anyone doing a live podcast show on network marketing. I want to learn from you. What I have been dealing with is I have gotten to one of the top levels in my company. Well, congratulations. And I've plateaued out. My team is not listening to me. My income is shrinking, and my bills have not shrunk. They're getting bigger. Yesterday, I went to get gas and groceries, and I was horrified to see increases in everything. Well, welcome to planet Earth, right? Help me succeed in my business, Anil. Charles K. Well, Charles, I really love what you talked about here. This is so poignant or so important. Yes, the cost of living is going up. I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday that even though gas prices and certain things are higher now, are people getting raises? Is your boss going to pull you into his office today and double your income? Maybe not. So this again, it goes back to my comment just now to Mary, is you have to start taking ownership and responsibility for certain things that you have not been taking ownership and responsibility for. Maybe in the past you've had other people carry you or pay your bills or take care of you financially. Is that what you want? Is that a powerful way to live? So if you want to interrupt some of these things and handle them and take care of them, you need to make some shifts in your thinking. You have to make some shifts in your daily activities. You have to make some shifts in what comes out of your mouth. When people look at you on social media or when they have conversations with you or interact to you, what is the vibe and frequency they're getting off you? Do they feel on a subconscious level they're dealing with someone who they want to partner with, who can work together with them, they can trust you, you have a great work ethic, they know you're going somewhere, you're creating, and they have 100% confidence in dealing with you and working with you? Or are they just hanging around you because it makes them feel better, or it makes you feel better? Or you both are not really having each other's back, you're sort of taking advantage of each other because you're there to manipulate the relationship. Be very careful. See, even though the cost of living is going up, there are people all over the world right now, Charles, that are giving themselves raises. Now, what do I mean by that? As an entrepreneur, you have 100% control of the outcome of your business, especially in North America. We don't have things to deal with here like some other parts of the world. We have a level playing field. There's abundance. So if other people are accessing abundance and closing big deals and building large networks and partnering with amazing people, you can as well. The only difference between you and them is that you need to get polished. You have to become a better version of yourself. You really need to master the industry you're in and understand what you're in and create a game out of it. And I'm going to be covering this on the podcast to help people succeed in their businesses, because one of the biggest flaws in the industry that I've noticed over the years, and I've had to deal with that in my career, is we think we can stay who we are and generate the results we want. That is impossible. Impossible. You cannot sail the oceans of the world in a tiny 10-foot dinghy. You can't. You could try, but I promise you, you won't survive. You have to have the right vessel. You have to have a crew. You have to be equipped. You have to have the financing. You need to know where you're going. So you need to have experience sailing before you can set out sailing the seas and oceans of the world. So if you feel you can take on your business or whatever in life with the 10-foot dinghy mentality, and you're telling everybody on social media and in your life and your family, yeah, I'm going to do big things, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, people are going to be agreeable and go, yeah, good for you, go, woo! But inside they're like, yeah, whatever. You want to take on a monumental task and you're not equipping yourself, or we don't see any transformation or changes in you, good luck. And people are just going to be courteous and entertain you. So you want to be very, very careful with that. So I will be addressing that on my podcast based on your question. Hello, Anil. I have been following you on social media for more than 10 years, and I admire your attitude and I enjoy your posts. Thank you very much. I'm happy to hear my posts have served you. They have helped me tremendously through some rough patches in my life. Where what I want is mentorship is with relationships. I do not know how to balance my personal life with building my business. Just to share, my wife and I are separated, and I feel it's because of me not doing well in my business or earning more. Any suggestions? And this is from James W. Well, James, trust me, this is something everyone deals with. I have had to deal with. Remember, again, I covered this earlier on. An entrepreneur is 100% responsible for the outcome of their business, their life, their health. Your wife is not responsible for that. So if you and your wife are separated, the best advice I can give you, and I'm going to cover this in detail in my mentorship show, is take a look in the mirror. It's one of the toughest things to do. Now, when I say I take a look in the mirror, don't do what everybody else does who looks in the mirror just to put stuff on to look good on the outside. But on the inside, they're dying or suffering or unhappy or miserable. Take an honest look at yourself and ask yourself, am I really living up to my word and my promise I made to my significant other? Am I really running my business every single day the way I want? Am I taking actions in the things that I said I would take actions in? Or when people look at my life, they see disarray. They see lack of power. They see me compromising myself. They see me breaking my word. Maybe they see me being inauthentic, not being genuine, a fake, superficial. Be very careful with stuff like that because those are energies. And you want to make sure your energy, your chakras, whatever you call it, your frequency, your vibration is always on a high. See, one thing I've learned in life, and I'm going to cover this on my show, James, for you to complete what you got to complete and get done what you got to get done, you have to be very, very careful about your total aura, about your energy, what comes out of your mouth, who you spend time with, what are your conversations, what are you posting on social media? Are you drawing people to you or are you repelling people? When people see you running your business, like your team or your upline in your network marketing business, do they see someone treating it like a hobby? Or are they seeing someone taking it very seriously, right? So those are important things. Maybe your wife separated from you to shake you up or to give you a reality check. Or maybe she loves you so much she needs to leave you alone so you can sort yourself out. Don't look at it as she doesn't love you. People show love in different and sometimes weird ways, okay? So don't add any meaning to it. Plug into the show. Keep your questions coming in. I'll do my best to help you as much as possible. But I'm going to share myself with you in my show so you get to understand that I myself have dealt with the same things and I am currently dealing with the same things. However, that is irrelevant with what I'm up to and creating. That is, to me, that is just background noise. Because at the end of the day, my philosophy in life is if I'm the only one standing, if I have zero support from anyone, I'm still going to do what I'm going to do because I don't do anything for people's approval, for them to like me, for them to pat me on the back, for recognition. I do what I do because I love what I do and I want to serve people, and that's it. So there is no ulterior motive with me doing the show or doing what I'm doing or even building my current business. It is 100% for me, and I have a philosophy. If my entire team left me, I would build another team. So we're going to discuss that on the show. So don't worry about you and your wife being separated. It could be a blessing rather than a curse, and we're going to discuss that. Focus on you. Focus on getting your energies, your chakras, your frequency and vibration realigned so you can continue creating what you're creating, taking action now. Okay? But great question, and thanks for sharing. A couple comments. Anil, thank you for this. I have been searching for a qualified, capable mentor for many years. You're also really pleasant to listen to, and you're really great to look at. Jenny O. Well, thank you, Jenny. I've been asking friends, how do I look as a face for a podcast? Like, do I come across genuine, sincere? And a lot of people say, no, you are made for a podcast. You have a great presence. Use it to serve other people. And I thank you for the compliment. I do my best to clean up from time to time. And I appreciate you being kind and sharing what you did. So keep tuning in, Jenny. Hey, brother, it's Don from back in our ACN days. Great to see you doing well. And you're doing this. Sometimes we need stuff like this in our life. Imagine we had a show like this back in the day. Wouldn't you and I have done better? I agree, 100%. One thing for me was a challenge back in the day in network marketing and direct sales is I always felt alone, especially in certain companies that we were in and other companies I was in. It was very difficult to access the top performer or have one-on-one with ownership. And I always had to rely on my upline. And however, my upline only started recently or a few months ago, and they were, in my opinion, in the same boat as me. And they really couldn't serve me with what I wanted because like we were in it together. And sometimes going to these conventions, Don, like we went to with like 20,000 people in the stadium, sometimes I wish the person on the stage, I had their number or I had their email or I could go ring their doorbell and ask them for help because I really wanted to succeed in that company. And eventually I did end up forcing myself under the wings of some of these people. However, I had to perform. I had to get on the magazines and the top performer lists and win awards and go on the trips and the vacations and stuff like that. And in order to get attention from some of these top performers. So I understand, and that's what I want to handle with my mentorship stories. I want people to realize it doesn't matter where you are in your business, whether you started today, you're in the middle, you're a top performer, and you want to go to the next level in your business. You have now a mentorship platform and a show that can assist you, and you don't need to rely on an upline. You don't need to work with the top person. However, I'm going to teach you how you can raise the bar with yourself and become a person of quality in your business where people hear your name a lot and you show up in the top performance list and top producing list, and that'll get the attention of the top people and they will work with you. So we're going to discuss all of that in this mentorship show. And again, thanks for saying what you said, Don. It's really sad to see that in the industry, in certain companies, that does exist, that the brand new person does not really have access to the number one income earner or the master distributor or even the ownership. They have to work with what they have. And we're going to deal with that in the show. And I'm going to address that concern because you don't need to worry about that anymore. So in conclusion, I want to thank all of you for your comments, your questions. In conclusion, one thing I want to say before I go, today's a brand new day. It's a brand new week. We're about to step into a brand new month for the year. Take a look at yourself and how you're doing your business and who you are and what you need to work on, and give those things attention. Because the better we become in all aspects of our life, the more we attract. See, one thing we take for granted sometimes, and this is something I want to say to all of you before I end the podcast, is life's about access. And when I mean access, when we have clutter or we have baggage, or we have things in our way or in our life that we're not addressing, we're kind of shoving aside or sweeping under the carpet, those things show their ugly head eventually. Think about a canvas, like an artist paints on. Just picture that your life right now is a canvas with a painting on it. Well, can you really add anything to that painting? Not really. Maybe you can put some things here and there. However, the painting or the masterpiece is complete. For you to create what you need to create, you have to go back to a state of nothingness or a clear canvas, a clean slate, so you can create your masterpiece. Some of you are trying to create stuff on top of stuff. Well, have you ever seen someone's garage or their home and you make fun of them going, man, what a pack animal, what a pack rat. Look at the clutter. I can't even breathe in here. There's no feng shui in this home whatsoever. Well, how is your personal life? Is your personal life full of clutter and drama and things that are going on that we don't want to talk about? Or are you someone who starts every day from nothing and you have that clean canvas and there's no clutter and drama in your way to help you create and have access to what you want to have access to? That's what I want you to consider at the end of this podcast. For the rest of the week, the rest of the month, focus on what in your life you need to remove, whether it be activities, people, certain bad habits. Remove them. because you have made a declaration to the universe, you have made a declaration to people that you're up to something and creating something. However, when they look at your life, is your life in integrity with what you say you want? Or is it out of integrity? Can they trust you? Are you someone people are willing to invest in financially so that they can partner with you? Or when they think of you, they go, well, you know what? This person I cannot trust. I don't want to spend money on them. I'm going to work with them to a certain limit. And in some cases, I'm going to use them and abuse them till I'm done and then replace them. Whatever the conversation is going on, when people look at you, do they see clutter and drama and things in your space? Or do they see someone that is working from a place of nothing with that clean canvas, creating your masterpiece? So I just want to share that with you today, because one thing you will need to succeed in network marketing, MLM, and direct sales, or whatever business you're in, is your life needs to be integral. You have to be authentic. This is a people business, a people industry. And until you master your people skills, you're going to struggle. And one of the greatest things you can do is master yourself. Have mastery over yourself. You have mastery over yourself with whatever, getting rid of bad habits, or you're working on your language, or your work ethic, or your daily activities. You master that, everything around you now will start shifting. And you will have more and more and more and more access to what you say you want. And then the universe is going to deliver, because now the universe is looking at your life and it's in integrity, or it's integral with what you say you want, what comes out of your mouth. Not what you post on social media. Anyone can post anything on social media. That doesn't mean it's true or authentic or even real. Because people will say and do what they have to do to survive or to get ahead. That doesn't mean you're living a powerful life. It doesn't mean that whatsoever. So remember that for today. That's your tip. Thank you, everybody, for your comments and your questions. This is Anil with AnilNow.com. I'm going to do another one of these in a week or so as we get the podcast show up and live and running to serve you, so you can succeed in running your business effectively from home and having an amazing life, fun time, generating, creating, and doing whatever you want, when you want, with who you want, because that's the life you want and you're excited about it. So again, thank you for tuning in. This is Anil. Have a great day, great week, and I love you all.